Right, tonight we're going to focus on entering new items, new chart of accounts, expenses accounts, new vendors, new customers. And the first thing we're going to look at is on your page two in the transactions, which is purchasing receipts, new item. Now, a new item, which is a product or inventory, could be entered this way here by write checks. If you're paying cash, or if you are charging the new item. So if you're charging the new item, it'll be receipt inventory with bill. It could be either one. A new item could be coming if you're charging a new item, for, or if you are charging or you're paying cash for it. You see? Just say the vendor. Let's say I'm going to tackle the new vendor at the same time. Just say this is a new vendor too. Just say the new vendor is Hot Dogs Limited. So you click it down here in the vendor section, and you go to the drop down box. Then you come down into new vendor, add new. Okay, so you put it here the vendor's name, Hot Dog Limited, and you also have to put the vendor name. You also got to put the company name too right here, Hot Dog Limited, which is the same thing. Bear in mind that if it was the real life, you have to put everything in here. All this right here. So it's okay. Now the reference number is receipt number, and it's 326. In this case here, I charge you the 30-day credit. Now, good thing this items button is highlighted here. So therefore, I gotta press this because you know when you key in items, you gotta press the items list. This must have a bold and have the white background. Because this is new items, this is not here. Hot dogs is not here. No place wrong here. So I'm going to go straight to the up top to new to add new. And when I go here, I see all the stuff here. And you see inventory part. It's not a service because service is a different month altogether. It's an inventory part. Okay. In this case here, my item name or number is that I'm buying hot dogs. So it'll be hot dogs. The manufacturer part number for this hot dog, based on how the vendor deals with it, is HD1. Hot dogs one. Right? We're not selling it by the unit amount. Just make it always remember that description of purchase transaction is the same thing as the item name. Item name. So it's a hot dog. And when you click on here, it goes out. So once you click right here, it should always come up. The cost of this, I have it here, is $30. And my sales price right here is $120. Notice how QuickBooks automatically put this in the cost of goods sold as a cost. And of course, if it's taxable, you keep it here. If it's not taxable, you put it in here, but it's a taxable item. That means VAT is going to be charged on it. The preferred vendor, I say hot dog limited. Right there. Now, people always forget this income account. This income account is always key in as a merchandise sales or hot dog sales, whatever the situation is. But it should be a master sales account. Even it could be meat sales, but it has to be an income account. So what you would want to do is go add new right here, income account. Go add new, and you'll put hot dog sales. Sometimes you're working for a company, they will already have an income account assigned to this. But I show you how you add a new if there's nothing add to. They press save and close. It's right there. Now this set here, minimum amount or maximum amount is when you reordering. So let's say I want to have here the minimum point is 5. All this is in your transactions. The max is 20. Because this is a new item, this must remain 0 because you don't have the hot dogs. You have sausages and eggs and all kind of stuff. But you never bought hot dogs before. So and then you then that's it here. Check all the boxes. And then when you finish there, you go straight here to OK. Right there. Okay, see hot dogs come up here. The quantity 10. Quantity is what? 10, yes. Okay. The cost $30. And now only in the I was doing is put the VAT input receivable, which is 36.
Mr. Request, under what circumstances would it be VAT output, VAT payable or something like that? I forgot what you said the term was. Under what circumstances would that be?
Oh, VAT input receivable is occurs when with VAT but VAT input receivable for purchases is cash or charge. It could be for expenses or purchases, but you will always have a VAT input receivable if you make it over $100,000. If you make it less than $100,000, then VAT this would have been an expense. Because you're getting this $36 back, is a VAT input receivable. Remember, I told you that if you're making more than $100,000, VAT is not an expense. It's a assets, which is a receivable that you'll be getting your money back. Okay.
So if you don't make more than $100,000, you don't have to put that VAT input
Yeah,
receivable.
yeah. You don't forget that VAT will always be on the receipt, but this will be VAT expense. This,
Okay.
this will be VAT expense.
Okay.
You'll have to put a VAT expense there, see?
Okay.
You see, that would be about to be a VAT expense. But because this cost is over $100,000, that's why we have VAT input receivable. VAT expense, if you're making less than $100,000, would be just like maintenance expense, light bill, or whatever. It's an expense you cannot retrieve. You just got to pay it. Okay? So that means people under $100,000, the only way they could get their money back from VAT if they raise the prices or absorb the loss. That's the two reasons. And then if you add no more new item, you press save and close. If you add another one, you press save and close. And that's how you enter. Like I said, I record this video, so you guys go back and look at it. But any questions with that?
No, no questions.
Right. So I'm just going to go through some new stuff. Just so you enter a new item, which is a sale. You could go exactly how I told you to do it, or you can edit it from here, which will end up the same way in the chart of accounts. New item here. You end up the same place. You see? If you are entering a new account, you have to go to the chart of accounts, company section, and down here you see accounts right here to the bottom. New. You can add an account here if you want to. You can only delete an account with no figures or numbers to it. Take for instance, if I come right here and I want to delete this, I can't do that because that has an amount to it. I can edit it and change the name to something else, but I don't want to. But if I'm entering a new, just say I'm entering something new now. We say, okay, I'll enter new. Let's say now that's a bank account. I can add a new bank account right here if I want to. CIBC if I want to. Chart of accounts. Enter new. And then this new could be accounts receivable, fixed assets. This could be anyone. Let's say I'll enter a new expense account. Let's say I'll enter VAT expense. I think I have VAT expense in already. Expense. Because I ain't making no more money over 100,000 or more. So VAT X expense. I already have VAT expense in there, so I'll just put VAT expense 5 or something like that. You see, show up right there. I can delete VAT if I want to because there's nothing to it. So I can press right here. Delete account, of course. You see. So with this accounts here, all of this is called a chart of accounts. The chart of accounts has all accounts you're dealing with. It first starts with the bank accounts. Then it goes to accounts receivable accounts. Then it goes to fixed assets account. All this is balance sheet items here. Then it goes liabilities accounts. People you owe. And then of course, assets minus liability equal equity accounts. So it start off with the chart of accounts start with the balance sheet accounts first. Assets and liabilities. Then equity is the balance equation. Remember that? Then you go to the income statement accounts. The income here. Remember the purchases is the cost of goods sold. Then expenses. You see? Remember the formula for income statement is income minus cost equal gross profit. Gross profit minus expenses equals net profit loss right there. You see, that's how the chart of account is set up. Assets accounts, then income statement accounts. And when you come here, that's when you do all your work. Add them or delete them or whatever right there. The final thing we're going to do today is the reports. And with reports, all the reports is here. So for homework, you can look at all the reports, everything here. Financial statements here, receivables here, sales, vendors, purchases, inventory. You go crazy on reports. There's so much reports, man, it's unbelievable. But remember, I told you the other day, the three most ones is your profit and loss, which is your profit and loss is your income statement. Income statement is the same thing as a profit and loss. You have all type of stuff here. You even have graphs straight through graphs. You have graphs galore. Everything. So QuickBooks give you a variety of reports, output, banking, payroll, inventory, purchases, vendors, everything, taxes, everything there. Profit and loss. Then it's the balance sheet. Then of course it's the statement of cash flow. Everything here. Everything. You could on your spare time you could flip through and look through all these reports. Everything. So that is the end of the practical session. What we're going to do is, if you have any problem entering expenses and all of those transactions, that's why you have to practice. So when you go through all the videos, I also sent a video of this tonight, and you could go through it. And if you have any problem with any of those 8 transactions, you could always connect me one-on-one. But this is the last night for the group sessions. Also, you should be in a position now to start studying for your mock exam.
Okay.
So the mock exam should be anytime next week, up to next Sunday. All you got to do is submit a turn question. I'll take the mock exam. Then I say, okay, you do it. 2 hours. You start 11 o'clock. Let's say you start 11 a.m. and you finish 1 p.m. Then you would WhatsApp me the picture of your exam. Like I said before, you can't cheat yourself. Right. So both of y'all live in Bryland, or you live in both of you live in Bryland?
Denise lives in Bryland. I live in
I
Eleuthera,
Where part of Lucha you live in?
Gregory Town.
Down. Okay, right. So I'll find a way. How y'all two will take the actual exam.
Mhm.
I would probably have a video where you take it whilst I oversee you. like the old days, say that you might not have go to the because normally we go to the island administrator office. So I'll find a
Okay.
way. If you live in Gregory Town, I'll find a way. I have a assessment center in Government
Mhm.
How, but how far, right?
No, but even if you decide for me to go to Bryland, that would be fine too, because I work over there.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. You know Miss Hutchinson in District Council office.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because I do forget to be a bride before, and that's where they take the exam in the District
Okay.
Council office. But I'll let you know exactly when y'all can take it at separate times. See?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
take it together too, like one
Yeah,
afternoon or something.
yeah, no problem. But once I contact Miss Hutchinson, then I'll work it out with you all, eh?
Okay.
All right. So, like I said, you the exam will be not the final exam will not be this week. I mean next week. It'll be the week after next. It'll
There'll
be
be the mark first, and then
exactly. And like I say, I want you to go over that exam and let me know what any problems you have with the voiding and whatever. Because you got to answer word for word, but you can't say cash sales or child sales. Okay?
right.
Right.
Okay.
So start studying and then let me know what time next week you want to take the mock. And then you could of course the mock is done individually, so you won't hurt your head whatever. But we'll make an agreement and let me know, and then you just take a picture of it, then and then any challenge you up with a mock, then I'll say, okay, well, you gotta go back and double check this, eh? Okay?
Hmm.
Bear in mind for the
Okay.
exam, my recommendation for part two of the exam is either you take question number 4 or number 19. Don't mess up with 20. Because question number 20 is a little rough. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So you either look at start studying for question number 4 or question number 19 for the final exam, section 2. But the other rest is mandatory. Okay?
Okay.
All right, good night and take care of yourself
Okay.
and keep me abreast of how far you were doing and all that. Okay? All right, take
Okay.
care now.
Okay.
All right,
No
excellent.
problem.
All right,
Good
Good
night.
night.
All right.
all right, take care.